with a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on? Good afternoon, Sunday. Once again, I'm going to do a show here by myself. I'm not at my trading desk because still got Dell coming tomorrow to fix my issues there. Machines keep shutting off without me knowing it. So wanted to come live once again. We had the rally in Bitcoin exactly as I was calling for. So we're going to jump on that. A lot of new people in the Discord. We got like 140 over there, so a lot of questions. Some people don't know how I trade, etc. So I need to make sure everybody's kind of aware. So slip over. Actually, I met the wife today, so I am not prepared for this, but I'm going to jump in anyway and see what I can do. Maybe answer some questions, etc. A lot of people trying to throw different Elliott wave counts on this, maybe different than what I was calling for, etc. So I wanted to just kind of go over some Elliott wave, etc. I was kind of looking for a rally to 8,000. From the $7,000 break that we had, you can see we had a spike down to 6,600. This is Coinbase. Everything got pretty crazy down there. What's up, Head Magister? TikTok, Robot Snot. A lot of new names. Stark, Asher. Appreciate it, Asher. Thanks on the intro. Nick and I did that about a year ago. Let me get ready so I could... Hold on a second, guys. Let me get a little bit more organized here. It's a little different with Nick not here. Let me get ready so I can give out a few wrenches if I need to. And then what else? Got the Twitter up. I don't think there's anything on Twitter I really need to talk about. Hold on, guys. Like I said, I was out, but I had people ready to go to bed overseas, wanted me to jump on, so I'm going to try to get organized for that. Here's the Bitcoin chart. You can see volume is not coming in here. Down here at the bottom, that rally, you know, we should have had volume up in here, and we haven't. So, but that's going to give us an oversold reading on the next sell-off. That's something to keep in mind. I'm going to load this back to the daily. Crypto 420, what's up? I mean, again, I've called for this a triangle. It still looks, I have no issues with the way it's traded. This was definitely 5 waves here for an A. ABC up, and then 5 waves just quickly down for the spike low, or you could call the 5 waves ended here. So, you know, that's still, I'm going to say an A down. This could be a B up completed, then we could have still just an ABC down to here, down to 5,600 or so. That'd scare the bulls extremely, that'd scare the bulls a lot. We've had a ton of subscribers on YouTube. ton of Twitter followers. Again, 100 people over at the Patreon. I think we're at 140 over there. What's up, Crypto Miser? So definitely building this community with some good calls. So again, this could be an ABC here. Again, I'd look for like a 0.618 pullback somewhere here around the 7,100. And then we just keep trying to work on this triangle. Some people are saying, where does the B wave get invalidated? And I'm going to say, really it doesn't here, because if this is the end of the wave 3 that I've been calling, this wave 3, if we're in a wave 4, I mean, an irregular flat would be ABC down and then AC up, and this could extend up into 1.618. We could go clear to 9,000 and you still couldn't say, I mean, and that could still even be a B wave of a triangle. So we could do this. Again, with volume not coming in, I'm going to try to make a decision on what we're doing. But with volume not coming on this rally, I'm still going to say I'm calling it like I had it before. Or in a regular flat is ABC down, ABC up, and then 5 wave smash, 1.618 of wave A. So that would once again get us down here in this 5,600 level. So I think your risk is 5,600 on longs. And then again, this wouldn't be ABCDE, just be an ABC. Then that would be the 4 we've been looking for, the white 4. Drag that over here. I mean, so that the problem is on corrections like this, things can take a lot of different formations. I had called for an ABC down to 7,000, so I was right on that A. This looks like an ABC here, so I still like the idea we're topping out. After that brief rally here, the quick rally last night, we haven't done shit. So that could easily still, and we could still mouse here a little higher maybe. I sold basically things on that rally. So I still, myself, would not chase here. But again, understand, I've told people keep your bags. We're still going higher. We still got Fidelity coming. We still got stock people's money coming. Just a regular investor is going to come to this market. So that's the problem with Bitcoin. There's lots of ways we can trade this. I still think somewhere over here out, 3 or 4 days, there's something else happening here. So if we go to our software, which is the one thing that just is where our money's coming from, you can see technometer's 46 in a trading range, 50s overbought, 38s oversold. So we're still really close to neutral. You can see the OP has went to new highs, why price isn't. So that's a little bearish. Then the chart I just had up, Bitcoin USDT, going to show the daily. The technometer is going to be a little bit more oversold because the volume is not rallying. ETF's going to get rejected on Tuesday. That'll be the C correction. That could definitely work. I know people are talking about the 60 minutes tonight. So that's how we're going to rally up. Again, that could be the B wave higher here. When I'm looking for like a B wave to top out here, like I've just shown you, if I'm right about this B wave and there's news comes out from 60 minutes that's bullish, everyone runs it, I'm still going to call it a B wave. Wherever that thing peters out tonight after a quick run up because of 60 minutes, if that report really is so bullish. So normally you'll find out Elliott wave will still be right. The news will just push it one way a little bit farther. It doesn't change anything. So there's Bitcoin USDT with technometer 43. You can see here volume is not rallying off the lows, which is a chart I just showed you on the 5-minute. Let's bring up, I haven't printed these off, so we're gonna have to let them load here. Like I said, I just got back to the house, so back to the office. Finally saw my wife for, I don't know, first time in a month. because of cryptos. Some guy said he wanted me to manage his money, so him and his wife, what do you say, wouldn't have their marriage ruined. I'm like, yeah, let me manage it so my marriage will be ruined. What's up, Fat Puddin'? I don't think you've been around for a while. Definitely a name from the past. Raw Iron, Handy Rams. What's going on, guys? I do have Dash written down here. Neo. I don't know why Neo would want a review on Dash. You would think you'd want a review on Neo. So this is Litecoin USD. Again, 42.78. A lot of people's going to be talking about left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Definitely a little more weakness in these coins. I thought Litecoin would do a little bit better. So, you know, I think here if you're overextended in Litecoin, Ethereum, and some of these, I think maybe I'd move out on a little bit of it. These could come down a little bit more if Bitcoin decides to pull back. Let's look at Ethereum USD. I don't want to go too many of these because I know there's not much really changing them. Actually, I dropped Jaws off with my wife. Jaws has got a foot problem, so he's going to the vet tomorrow. SPY options got you constipated. Bitcoin, I've recapped a little bit, James, but I'm going to go over it again. Randy, I've seen the chart, market domination charts. I haven't really charted them. I do look at them when I hear one go across on a tweet. Again, guys, Ethereum, neutral, 44. Nothing there. EOS is one that Technometer is getting closer to a buy signal. What's up, Driven? Kenny, you do not have access to the software because we're still working on it. I've got a meeting tomorrow still again with the developers. As a paying Discord or paying student, you're going to get a discount on the software when I do launch it. So now the only way you're really going to get it is if you join the Patreon Discord, you're kind of more open to ask me questions and asking what technometers are, try to let me help you with some of that. So that's kind of a benefit of being in the Discord. And then also we're going to do more members-only video updates where we're going to try to make sure everybody understands what they're doing. But anybody new in Patreon Discord really needs to buy the $299 course at learncrypto.io really to know more of what I'm doing and how I come up with some of my various buys and sells. So there's EOS USD, Technometer 39.48. OP not rallying much the last few days. So I think, it looks like I'm going to have a buy on the C wave if I do get that on some of these, especially on Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that here in a minute, why I'm saying that. Cool, Corey. We do accept crypto for the course, yes. You can pay right when you're checking out. We'll accept crypto for the Discord too if need be. Would rather not, but we will. The Discord, if you join now, you're going to owe again in like 10 days. The thing is you're getting access to all the old, anything we've done on there. So it's still kind of worth it. If you pay with crypto, then we actually will go out 30 days and bill you again. So you wouldn't get somewhat billed a little bit early. So that's your guys' call. But we will accept crypto for Discord, definitely for the course. The course that's already set up automatic. Here's XRP, 40 on the Technometer. You can see, again, the OP not rallying too much here. Now we're going to go back to Bitcoin USDT intraday. I mean, normally I would trade on legs of the triangle. Again, the triangle was just me guessing because I thought we wouldn't have much of a sell-off because I think everybody is caught short and caught not long enough. So I thought there wouldn't be bigger sell-offs. That's why I went with the triangle. And the first part of the triangle, the first ABC down was perfect. So it looks like I could be right on that. But again, I don't know. The ETF decline, I think we're bringing some selling, but I think it's going to be like all the recent bearish news. It's not going to do much. It's not going to bury us like maybe it would have in the past. So, news on EOS. I mean, EOS, as I just showed you, the technometer looked good. Let's go to the 1 month, 5 minute chart. Because this is where probably the software shows itself. That's the reason we've been getting the good buys and sells. And everybody needs to understand, especially the new people, I don't really give random buys and sells. I mean, it's all based on the software. So since the lows, the buys are marked. We've had no sells. And I jump in some with some Elliott wave. So if we get the C wave down that I like, I will give an Elliott wave buy, probably on the C wave, because I think that'll be an easier trade. And then I think the software probably will give a buy down there somewhere as well. But these are software buys marked on here that we did real time, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, etc. So no doubt we're on the board for those buy signals. We've had a pretty big year here with Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, especially. So let's go back to the 5 minute, 1 month. And this is the Bitcoin USDT, so you can see that volume has came up. I mean, I'm really looking at this thing from here. This is the wave 3 high. So it still looks, again, looks a little bit of, this would be the first wave out the bottom, an ABC down, and then an ABC. So I really think we're still stopping here. I think this is a C wave still topping out as we speak. Let's go back. Looks like we're talking about EOS on the chat here. Let's go to EOS USD. I said yesterday that the technometer was coming down to 39, which I just showed. It kind of looked like that was a jump and a 50% pullback. So EOS does look good, and I would agree that it looks like some decent news is coming. Because it looks like that thing's well bid, and the software liked it. Tada Satoshi, what's up, Mr. P? So this is Bitcoin USD. So you can see here, new high in the volume. And that's not a major divergence, but I've warned you, if you've been on these YouTube shows, what we're going to look for a top is for volume to go higher, which means there's buying coming in and price not responding. So there you've got a little bit of that. You've got a new high in the volume down at the bottom. And that would mean that really Bitcoin should be up here at 8,400 on a lot of these charts. So, you know, we're 300 to 350 off of that. So that's a little bit of a problem right here, right now, saying that that is for sure some type of top here. Those are the things we're looking for. So again, still tells me I'm right. I know I got some people wanting to go to sleep, so let's go over, let's do Dash USD. This is going to be the same. BCH is going to be the same. There's really no change on some of these. I'd had this marked before, so let's do it again. Off the major low, you got 1, 2, 3. You're going to do a triangle 4 or maybe a flat, and then you're going to do the 5. Then you can see inside there, the wave 3 subdivided out. probably about like that. Change that to a different color so you can see it. So I still think on this one, Dash is strong. I mentioned that before. This is probably an A, this is a B. I still think we'll do some type of sideways 4. So, but Dash is strong. I don't know if I've even sell it to try to play for that, because this is one that, you know, even if it ran to 175 here tonight, maybe you could dump it. But that one still looks good. It looks like it wants to lead us higher. Neo, not as well. I mean, we had buys down here lower, then we put in some buys higher. We mentioned down here we're still good, but I didn't really have another buy. Now we're right back to, really back to a scratch on our last 2 buys and decent profits on our earlier ones. Same type of thing here. I mean, I think, you know, this here was a bunch of weakness that ruins this chart a little bit, but I still think we're going to subdivide higher and move to the upside. Cool, Johnny. One thing I used to enjoy to get rid of stress was fishing. So I think Marco, my buddy, some of you would know, we're going deep sea fishing. I might be actually going to Miami or to Tampa Tuesday. So we talked about Neo, Dash. Let's look at BCH here a little bit. It's the same type of discussion, I know. BCH USD. Again, kind of the same chart I just showed you. So, and I had the B wave marked as really just kind of guessing up to 420. So we can move that up to what I still think it's making that high probably right now. So same thing, sideways for a triangle. I'm trying to show the E wave would end like around 385. So that would mean that 4 would be right on top of the E there. So that's what I would say on BCH. Litecoin had the big run and then seems to be you're acting a little bit heavier. Still no problems. You know, there I think it's still sideways. Maybe, you know, if Bitcoin falls back for a hard C, you might have Litecoin come down and take out that 84. It looks a little heavier here, but still I think ultimately works higher. This looks like 5 waves up and then a pull back to support. So we still can mouse around here, then work higher. XRP, I said to buy 36. And then I did sell some around 40 on the rally on Bitcoin. So same thing. I would think this thing would back up a little bit. You could probably sell it here, get it back at 38 if you're trying to be cute. Otherwise, we had lower buys off the software. And I would think those buys, put stops on them if you want it, small profit, and let those things run. A lot of people talking about Matic. No wonder. All I can say there is, I know we talked about this here. It had a lot of strength. These green bars at the bottom, I'd said that's one you'd want to own. When we spiked to new highs, I still like the way it came off. At highs, you're going to have a lot of volatility. And this thing has continued higher. So we had called that really just because Wyckoff would buy strength and we were still friendly. The trend is your friend, so Matic still looks good. Ethereum, I think, same thing. I mean, I think you could scalp it here. I think that's still a strong one, though. So I don't think it'll hurt you to just forget about it. But I also think, you know, could come back down here to 240 easily sometime the next day, day and a half. What's up, Hennessy? XLM will do. XLM, we said we continued to like the way it was acting. Finally had a change of character. And again, we mentioned that down here, 12, 12 and a half. This one was still good, so could still back and fill, but XLM acts like it finally wants to get going. Link BTC. If everyone knows, I don't like looking at trading something against BTC, not for charting purposes. Here is Link USD. Obviously, that's a rocket ship, so that one looks good. And Link BTC. I mean, I think this is major support here as well. And that chart would still go higher also. ICX USD, one that we still like. And that one still, we've got the Wyckoff markings here on the chart. What's up, Stunner? He's in here. If you don't know what this is, preliminary support, solid climax, automatic rally, secondary test. Those sets right there says the decline's over. And now we got to build a cause for the next move. Then it says you go sideways with less volume and accumulation. You do a spring to shake out the weak longs. You run up, you test it. You have a sign of strength inside the trading range. Last point of support. You jump the resistance, back up to it, and then ready to go to the upside. A lot of coins have done that. They've worked out very well. Some of these coins that came back down to test the creek again. But I think that's just, with the alts acting so bad, some of these are still holding up pretty well chart-wise. BNB USDT. Another one we said after this ABC decline, you could buy it. That one just keeps going. BAT, one that we thought would trade sideways, is still trading sideways. I would expect more of that. 0.381. Appreciate it, Stark. We worked this nonstop, so I'm in a movie last night with my phone on my lap trying to do trades. So, and then I came home and traded till 3 in the morning. So, then I got woke up at 7:30. So, another one of those 4-hour sleep days. No rest for the wicked. We're going to click, here's the Patreon link. Again, 140, I think, over there now. So unbelievable community over there. That's just going to keep growing, especially if we keep kicking out these trades. Nick's going to try to do some more interviews. That's always helped us out. So keep it moving. What's up, Ryzen? Tell the little one hello. Hopefully he's been still catching me live. There's Bitcoin 8045. The Discord thing won't load. Randall, I don't think we'd have any issues there because we've had no issues. So maybe hit up Stunner and see if Nick can tell you if there's a problem. There's your answer, maybe, Stunner. Yeah, Head Magister, yeah, I was kicking. I was on late last night. And I am most of the time. 3 more subscribers to the channel. Appreciate that. What's up, Gary? Nice to go live a little different hours, get a little different crowd in here that we're used to. Because we used to do a morning show somewhat regularly. So I'm sure we're getting some more of those here the last few days. Again, guys, software is working, kicking out good things. It's not kicking out multiple coins, so we're still working to try to get it so I can bring up all these small coins you guys own or want to own, so I can give you helpful advice on more coins. So That's we're kind of excited about that. And then I'm going to go live even more. What's up, Todd? And what else? So same thing. And maybe tomorrow morning I'm gonna go live. We shall see. What do I got? 551 in here. Still a nice crowd. I sent out the weekend review. If you trade U.S. stocks, I mean, you might want to go to wyckoffsmi.com, sign up for the free weekend review. I go over the same thing for stocks. That's free. Go to wyckoffsmi.com. You'll see some of my past trading. Any real money competition I got in is listed there. I've got 1st, 2nd, 12th, 9th in the nation. So Wyckoff works. You don't need anything else but Wyckoff. Maybe throw a little bit of LA Wave on top of it, and you will be good. Forget all the extra crap. So this will be interesting, guys. I mean, again, understand down here, volume goes to new lows, price doesn't. Volume goes to new lows, price doesn't. That gives us a lift off, this lift off, this lift off. We caught all those. And now all of a sudden you've got volume coming in. That means now there is buying. This was selling over here, price not going down. And now you've got buying and price not responding well enough. So again, I think this is people that didn't catch the rally. They're short. They still got to cover shorts. They've got to get long. People are afraid that we're going to go to 10,000. So I think that's what's happening here. So again, this isn't a major divergence, but considering we've been having the buy divergences, this is a sell divergence. So it could be nothing. There's Florida Coatings Pro. You know nothing. I think that's a early on hater from a year ago. So since I've called every move this year, you look pretty stupid if you say stuff like that against me. But do your thing. Mr. P, what's up? I'm going to give Mr. P. Hold on now. Is it an indicator on TradingView that matches your OP? The OP is really a 5-minute on-balance volume. I've told you that before. The problem is let me explain this again, guys. So Todd's the GOAT trader, period. Appreciate that, John Irons. That probably will automatically get a wrench for that. Everybody wants to be the GOAT. So let me explain. On balance volume, the OP I show you is a 5-minute on balance volume. So you're like, okay, I'm going to throw on balance volume on this 4-hour chart. That's cool. We can do that. So the bottom line is on balance volume. So on a 4-hour, so you can see here it's following. Here was a new low. Why price wasn't, that could have been a buy signal. That showed you a lot of selling going on here. Price not responding. That was a good signal, actually, because it led to the explosion. You can't say much on a 4-hour time frame, but what happens on a 4 hours, on balance volume then takes the next 4 hours, and if price is up a fraction of a penny, it'll call all the volume plus. If the price is down a fraction of a penny, it'll call all the volume minus. But it's doing that for the whole 4 hours. So our software every 5 minutes will take a reading. So for the whole 4 hours, it'll give you actually the net plus or minus volume during those 4 hours. So what you really would have to do is go to a 5-minute chart. Now you've got on balance volume, but the problem is it's only on Bittrex. There's some TradingView indicators, we have used them in the past where it's like 6 or 7 exchanges. So it'd be best to bring in on-balance volume from 6 or 7 exchanges. But then the problem with that is to get really good reads, you would have to be able to slide the chart to see on, so you can only take on-balance volume here back about 9 days, which I'm going to say isn't enough. I'm looking at least 30 days when I do trades, and I'm looking at more exchange volume. So to use that, unless somebody knows something more than I know, you would have to be like, okay, well, this level corresponds to here, etc. Then I can drag the chart, and on-balance volume will fill out, but you can't get the whole OP for the 5 minute to chart out correctly. So we take the 5 minute on-balance volume and then post it on a daily chart. And then we run our force and technometer, which is based on price, volume, and time. Again, those are proprietary to Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, the institute that Wyckoff started in 1931 that I now own. So you can't really get those indicators anywhere else. And then I'd always said, and the reason I went hard in the cryptos was that with the volume coming from so many exchanges, no one's going to get a good read on volume. I was trying to prove that I could get the good read on volume that would help me trade better. So I think I'm starting to prove that. I did not have that software up to really this year, so etc. Yeah, Florida Coding. I think he's the guy that bought the course for like $150 and wanted his money back after he did half the course. And then his brother was going to sue me because he's a lawyer, and I told him to go fly a kite. So, but Beezy's never, Beezy's blown up and he's never live basically and doesn't give any decent. So a lot of them are coming over here. I mean, I appreciate you all, but we do this for real, as you can tell. And I'm trading better because I have less stress. I have less commotion going on behind me. And I tell people, everyone else that wants to trade, limit all the things you're following, limit all the Twitter info you're getting, limit all the news you're reading, limit all that, because it's just enough to drive you crazy. I mean, Elliott Wave always was charted on an hourly, then it was charted on a line chart. So if you're really doing Elliott Wave, you really should be looking at 60-minute line charts. So on a 60-minute, we are getting a higher close here. And again, I think we're just mopping up the B wave of a triangle. But as I've already showed, if you're just coming in, go back to the start of the broadcast. I try to explain this a little bit more. This can take a lot of different fashion, but I still think we're in a, still in the wave 4 probably. Yeah, they discussed a lot of fake news and gave a lot of bad advice on news. So most of the news you want to stay away from. And the course was too tough for him. Todd Technometer, that's funny. Appreciate you, Stephanie. That's why we've been a little bit slow in giving out wrenches, because we're getting a different crowd in here. We just want to make sure we keep. I don't mind anybody takes a swipe at me. You can do that on Twitter. You can do that lots of places. I don't want the swipes in here because we don't have time for it. I'm trying to give a lot of information in a short period of time. And I don't want all the other extra bullshit. I'm not sure what the CBS 60-minute show will do, what that's going to come on here in about an hour and 20 minutes, I believe. And Beezy knows guys, I mean, Beezy's never traded. He did flyers before I hired him to do my website. So you cannot take advice from somebody who's been trading for a year or 2 or 3. I don't even think you can get advice from somebody who's been trading in 5 years. So, and I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying I've got the experience. So, and my record speaks for itself. And I go hard on this stuff, as everybody knows. And I didn't have the software on the bear market. As everybody knows, I got a shitload of assets at the exact top. sold some Bitcoin. Clients bought it right back or wanted me to buy it right back. It was too emotional. I've been really friendly because I think there's big money still coming. And at the lows, I was just trying to figure out how that was a major low and how to get back in the groove. And that's what we've done. So I'm going to get smashed here sometimes. I'm sure I'm going to be wrong. But we've had such good trades off the bottom. I mean, my risk now is very limited. We're now in the no bullshit zone, no doubt. Drax the Destroyer, what's going on? Drax, let me know your name in there because everyone's got so many damn names, I can't keep track of people. I'd like to try to put 14 names with faces. So how long do you think it to be a good trader? I mean, I guess, again, I mean, don't want to keep tooting my horn, but I own the Institute. I mean, you learn Wyckoff. I think you learn a little bit of Elliott Wave. You don't worry about nothing else. And you paper trade if you're worried about getting slapped. And I think in probably 3 or 4 years, you could be comfortable with it, especially if you're following me closely, because I can get you way ahead of the curve. And everybody knows I answer a lot of questions. I give a lot of feedback. I answer probably any question that gets given to me. All right, Drax, cool. What's your monthly annual profit goals? I think if you're a day trader or a swing trader, you need to have that. But I don't really consider myself that, so I'm... What's up, Dusty? I don't really have a goal like that. And then I'm so bullish longer term, I don't know what percent gains we can do here. I mean, everybody knows it could be hundreds of percents, thousands of percent. So I don't know. I don't have that. Again, if you're doing this as day trading or a few day trading, I do think you having that profit objective every week keeps you focused. Wake up every morning, do the same thing, etc. Those are all good habits. One of the best traders ever was an older guy named Pitbull. He is still trading, but he switches it up. I know he's been trading a lot of options in recent years. He used to trade stock index futures. Read his book, The Pitbull. I mean, he has he has an early morning routine that he goes through, and I don't think he's ever changed it basically. But he treats it as a job, and he was amazing in the day. And I read just a year ago, like 2016 or something was one of his biggest years. But now he's trading options. But he's selling a lot of options, I believe. He's not buying them. Appreciate it, Kelly. Well, there's 80-40 still on Bitcoin. Again, guys, I would tell you, if you're trying to do Elliott Wave, do the 1 hour line chart. Might keep you out of trouble. You won't see me do that much here because, again, I'm not an Elliott Wave 100%er. I really throw it on my Wyckoff for sure. A lot of people say if you own Wyckoff, you shouldn't be talking about Elliott Wave, but again, I throw it on top of it for icing for like maybe 5% of what I do. But it's done wonders for us here on this Bitcoin rally. Well, Bitcoin at 20,000 next month? No, not next month. My guess would be at the end of the year, we could be knocking on that. Options are good. I mean, selling options is the best thing to do. You've got to be careful doing that. Waiting for the BART pattern. I hear you. So really, we've kind of slowed up here. I mean, we've got Ripple 0.417. That's a little breakout here on the short-term chart. Litecoin up at the high. Ethereum 260 again, a little bit of a breakout. Dash and BCH probably doing the same thing. A little bit of strength there. But remember, the last time these did that was back at the these highs where they firmed up when Bitcoin didn't, and then they got crushed. So same thing on Dash. Back at the highs. So I still don't think that changes anything. I think Bitcoin's still doing. And again, guys, I mean, there is a way to read that this is a fourth wave ending and we're going to new highs now. So that might be what the 60-minute show does tonight, blows us to 87, 8,800. But I would say that would be a sell probably short term. I don't expect that. But Elliott wave can change. So, and as I already showed you, all the technometer readings that have given us all the good buys on the way up, everything's neutral basically. And the only thing worth talking about is this chart here, where volume went to new high, price didn't. And the same thing on USDT. It doesn't look the same. So again, I'm not even calling on that trade. So, but I will go for, we pull back here and we pull back to this 7,100 level. A lot of times you'll take this support out. That'll scare people. So I would think you break 7,200 and 0.618 retracement would be right around, I'm sure, around 7,100. So 7,100 is probably where I think the C wave down goes. You know, Brandon, I think it's just called Pitbull, I think. You'll see it. He was probably, when that was written, he was probably 55 years old. I think he's on the front cover. I think it's in my other office. I got books everywhere, but yeah, I think it's just called The Pitbull, I believe. I would read that book if you're bored, no doubt. There you are, Pitbull, Lessons from the Wall Street's Champion Trader. That is it. That's just a good read. I'd read that. And all the old trading championships that I was in, he was murdering it. I mean, making big money. Yeah, get all over that one. That's a good read. He's still trading. Last I knew, he owns a bunch of race horses, thoroughbreds. Like I say, when I was in my competitions, I was placing, doing well, but he was just lapping the crowd. But he talks about having a daily routine, being organized, have your emotions in check. Another book about the turtles, Dennis, what was his name? Dennis was his last name. That's probably a good book too on the turtles. He was hiring people when I came right out of college. But I got offered to manage a gentleman's money right out of college because I had gotten 12th in the nation in a real money competition right after I had passed my exam at Wyckoff, SMI.com. So put $10,000 in an account, trading stock index futures. So I was hired to manage a gentleman's money. I was given phone lines to all the pits and basically unlimited money to trade how I wanted. We did sell a lot of options back then. OEX options was the name of the game, and the stock index futures. Stock index futures started, I think, right in 1982 when I was doing I started trading those right when I got done with the course. So I took the Wyckoff course in 1982. If you go to wyckoffsmi.com, down at the bottom is my bio. It shows all the real money competitions I was in and my placement. Regulators made me list every one of them. Also had a CTA that was doing 78.6% a year, I think, for 4 years. My voice is a little bit tired. I just came off a horrible cold. I'm much better. I might be going to Tampa, but if I go to Tampa, I'll be taking my computers with me. So Pitbull is just an older guy that traded a shitload of stock index futures and bonds back in the day. He's still trading, the last I knew, trading a lot of options. Yeah, we need to do Vegas, Heather. We're going to do that one day still. With this bull market back, that's going to happen sooner than you think. Jay, we did get rid of the shorters and the 4,000 trolls. We did get rid of those guys. If I'm down there, I will stream from my portable or something. Don't worry, I gotta figure that out. Kawika, we'll see you in Vegas then. So we're tired here. Everyone's calling this a little bull flag up here. I wouldn't really call that, but we shall see. I think we'll fail somewhere up here. But again, maybe the 60-minute show tonight does something. Possibly could be. But that's really all I got. There's nothing going on since last night's rally. And last night's rally, 72 to 8,000 in no time. Anybody knew? Yeah, we called that one perfect. So I've gotten some pretty big trades behind us. So I don't want everybody jumping on me. It'll be about the time that I start making some mistakes. But I'm just going to try to keep it moving like we do. You can see our volume here, not even coming back 50%. To me, it looks like it's rounding over. I mean, the C wave, I've seen triangles take lots of different, a lot of different paths. So I don't think, I mean, C would only negate if we fall below A, so it would negate the triangle, but it would still just be an ABC. I don't think it changes anything. I'd still be bullish if we break lower. The D and the E just won't exist. This will be the wave 4 I'm looking for, and then we bolt to new highs anyway. So that's why even I haven't traded for everybody, because trend's your friend. I think we're going higher. And at the moment, I don't want to miss it. I don't think we put a big wave 1 in, so I think we're still going higher. Because if you go back to the daily, make sure everybody understands where we're at on a bigger picture. This is a major wave 4. We're going to new highs from this wave 4 above 20,000. To get there, we got to do 5 waves. And we're looking for this to be the first wave and then a bigger correction. So we did the 1, 2, we did the 3, and we're working on a corresponding 4 to go with this 1, 2. This is about 5 weeks. I don't think this 4th wave is going to be over with now or still in another week or 2. So, but again, we could still go lower. We could have an ABC down to 5,600, whatever. Scare everybody. I think that'd be a buy of a lifetime again. The reason I call this a triangle, because I think we left everybody behind. This is big volume up here. I think we're not going to let people get any Bitcoin that wants it. So I think we're going to do a high level consolidation, which is a triangle. And then we're going to bolt again. And this wave 1, me showing that at 10,000 doesn't prove anything. You can do different Fibonacci, whatever. I think 10,000 would be a number to get above and then fail. I think that'd be a really good number to get above. Get everybody excited, then you fail, bring in a bunch of selling. But again, don't get too caught up on this. These things can change where maybe we've done a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, we're ready to explode still higher. So I don't think you can get all caught up in that. And again, I don't do Elliott Wave by itself. So it's all about Wyckoff. Well, that's all I got, guys. So what's up, Thomas? Put a wrench on Thomas. Maybe here if I can get it done. All right, guys, that's all I got right now. I'm going to run the Patreon link again. Hit me those likes. I got 78 ups and 1 down. Cool. Tone Vase still expecting new lows. That's wild. I can't imagine that. I mean, I guess we'll discuss that one of these nights. I mean, I've said it before, I guess. I mean, 4,500, I think if we trade that, would say that we're going to new lows. So maybe you put 4,500 on stops. I mean, my God, that's way lower. I don't know what else you could do. But I definitely can't see that. But we'll deal with that as we can. So later, Heather, be thy name. Anthony, what's going on? All right, guys. I'm going to run the outro. Get out of here.
Well, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.